We're finally doing our Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 review. I know I'm a few days late here, but this movie was absolutely incredible. Obviously, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen it, drop a like, hit that follow button, and come back later. First and foremost, thank you, James Gunn, because without you, these characters would not exist, and the MCU was far better with you in it, and I can't wait to see what you do with the DC Universe. But this is a love letter to all of the science fiction films that came before it. It is a space opera on a magnificent scale, and it's just such a beautiful film. This film is a Rocket film, first and foremost, and it's about his upbringing and, how he became the character we all know and love. Enter Ncuti Iwuji's the freaking High Evolutionary, who honestly is a top 5 MCU villain in my books. He absolutely steals every scene he's in, and is just menacing. And the shit that he does to Rocket and the other creatures, these guys, Lylla, Teefs, and Floor, all of them were fantastic. And I loved every minute these characters were on the screen. And it's also why, if you didn't realize, why Rocket tries to get all of the prosthetics, is because his friends that he was tortured with had prosthetics. And honestly, that is just sad in itself. I mean, look how cute they are. Why? Enter Adam Warlock, who's hired by the High Evolutionary, him and the Sovereign, to basically get Rocket and bring him to the High Evolutionary so he can use his brain to create this perfect race of people. Rocket ends up getting attacked and he ends up getting hurt. There's this thing they find on his heart that's basically trying to kill him unless they can find this piece that removes it. And this whole film is a journey on them basically trying to save Rocket. You got Star-Lord and Gamora, and finally Gamora and Star-Lord coming to terms with their relationship and how she's not the same person, but that's okay. And, Star-Lord is basically just absolutely destroyed and devastated at the reveal at the end of Endgame that there is another Gamora out there, but she doesn't love him like the last one did. And that there's just this whole incredible journey, and the way they end on these two characters fucking broke my heart. They were definitely fun together. We also have this incredible hallway fight scene, because what Marvel project would it be without a fucking sweet hallway scene? But Rocket and Groot are awesome as always together, but Groot really gets to shine this movie, and we finally get to understand what he says. After 3 movies, we finally know what he's talking about, and he says, "I love you guys." And I absolutely just broke down. We also can't forget about Mantis, Nebula, and Drax, because all of them were also fantastic. We got Father Drax in the house. We learned Mantis is basically Peter's sister, and the relationship that they have, and how she gets to go find who she really is. And then, of course, we got some new team members of the Guardians of the Galaxy with Gamora. I also really loved Maria Bakalova as Cosmo, because whatever Kraglin says isn't true, you are a good dog. This movie feels unlike anything we've gotten in the MCU before. It is heartfelt, it's emotional, it really punches you in the gut, but it's just such an incredible story, and hats off to you, James Gunn. 12 stats out of 10. Go see this.